welcome to Forging Friday here. This is what our second week doing this. I wanted to pop in really quickly and get one of these out really quick. So let's get right into it. I have a deck that I'm thinking about here, and hopefully, if everything's working correctly, hopefully you're enjoying some nice background music. I actually can't hear it, so hopefully it's good. Let's go ahead, jump into it. I don't want to waste too much time. Here we go. You can see I'm going with the mobile version. I think it works a bit better with OBS, so that's what I'm using to stream. So fingers crossed, everything's looking all right. And we'll take a look at our deck here. I want to quickly go over the deck, how it plays, some of the key cards in it, and then we'll play a few games with it. That's the plan. So this is 12 bolt, and actually, usually I'll get an idea. I'll see a good deck that I like online, either in a video or a deck list, and I'll kind of just rebuild it, maybe swap out some of the parts, and as I go, I'll swap more and more parts when I find that things aren't working very well. So 12 bolt here is actually, at this point, I think it's 16 bolt. I think I have 16 different bolts in it, and you'll see why it's called 12 bolt or 16 bolt, because of this guy right here. This is the major card in the deck. It's one red, or it's lightning bolt, one red, and it does 3 damage to any target, which is pretty solid. You can use it to kill a smaller creature. You can use it to just damage your opponent directly, damage their plane walker. So yeah, it's very useful. It's it's so useful you can build an entire deck around it. So what are the other bolts here? Because you can only run, as you guys I'm sure you're aware, you can only run 4 of any one card besides basic lands in a deck. It's actually Legacy or I don't think this is Modern legal. I think this is Legacy legal. But you can only run 4 of any card in most formats. So we got 4 lightning bolts, and then our other bolts are Wizard Lightning, which is 2 in a red, but it costs 2 less if you have a wizard in play. So it becomes a lightning bolt if you have a wizard. You have Rift Bolt here, which you can suspend for a red. It's also 2 in a red, but you can suspend for a red, and it becomes a lightning bolt on the next turn. Just wait 1 turn, and then you have a free lightning bolt after paying a red the turn before. You have Skewer the Critics, which is a lightning bolt if you've damaged somebody. You get Spectate. So 2 in a red and 1 red for Spectate, do 3 damage to any target. So those are the 16 bolts. I believe that's 16. So we have Spectate here. I should also mention the other card with Spectate. I'll light up the stage here, which is kind of our card draw engine. You'll as you're playing this deck, you'll find that if you have if you're doing real well and you have you're getting your lands out, and you're getting a bunch of lightning bolts, well, you're gonna run out of cards. So that's why you want some card draw in this deck. So light up the stage, 2 in a red, exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You can play those cards. You still have to pay their mana cost. But it's only 1 red if you did damage to a player, so that works real well with all of your lightning bolts. If you just wanna, if you just want to damage the player to get access to the spectacle of Light at the Stage and Skewer the Critics, you got Gut Shot, which you can pay for with a red, or doing 2 damage to yourself with a Phyrexian mana. It does 1 damage to a creature or player, so generally, unless you're trying to kill, a bird or something, or a mana dork, you can do 1 damage to a player, and then you get access to Light at the Stage, you get access to Skewer the Critics. So it's a pretty great way to get access to that. The other card that's good for that is Grim Lavamancer, one of the creatures here, which has 1 red and tap, exile 2 cards from your graveyard, and you're going to get a decent number of cards in the graveyard. Do 2 damage to any target. So that, you can use it to kill a small creature. But once again, you can use that to hit your opponent, and you'll activate Spectate after that, or Spectacle. Yeah, Spectacle. Now value. In my opinion, the thing that gets you value here is prowess. So prowess is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So you pump your creatures by casting your spells, which in a deck with a bunch of lightning bolts in it means you're going to be pumping your creatures pretty big. So you have Monastery Swiftspear here, which is 1 red, and it's a 1/2, and it has haste, and it has prowess. Soul-Scar Mage is the exact same thing as Monastery Swiftspear, but no haste on it, so you have to wait a turn. I want to mention what I consider the bomb of the deck. That's this fella right here, Chandra's Incinerator. So it's a 5 red for a 6/6 with trample. And and in this deck, you're not gonna want to have too many lands. You only maybe want 3 lands to be able to fire off all your lightning bolts and everything. As you can see, there's a very small mana curve. I think all this is 1 mana. This is mostly 1 mana. It's also mostly 1 mana. So most of this stuff is you don't actually need that many lands. So I think we're only running 18 lands in this one. So you're probably asking yourself, how are we going to cast this giant, 6 mana creature? Well, it also says that this creature costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponent this turn. So ideally, you're going to have 3 lands out, 3 mountains. You're going to have 2 lightning bolts in your hand, or a lightning bolt and a Skewer the Critic or something, and a Chandra's Incinerator in hand, you do 6 damage with your lightning bolts, and then you can cast Chandra's Incinerator, a 6/6 with trample, for only 1 red mana, which is pretty solid. I should also mention the other great thing about this card in this deck is that it has, whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So that means, once you have Chandra's Incinerator out, every, Rift Bolt or Lightning Bolt or Skewer the Critic or, what have you, is going to be doing, is going to be doing 3 to the person, 3 to the player, 3 to the player, and 3 to the creature. So let me adjust. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what's going on here. I was looking at my I was looking at the audio there for a second, making sure. Once again, I did change a bunch of streaming setups here. Ignore my tangent there for a second. I should mention things that in this deck that might not be working that well. I would say top offender here is this Insult Injury. Insult Injury, and you can't read it here. I believe Insult is 3 mana, and I believe it doubles damage from any red source. I believe that you control. Is this some way to view this? Yeah, this isn't great that this is the... I kind of hate that Magic has gotten into creating cards that just have no text on it. You just need to know what Insult and Injury is. I believe Insult, you pay 3 mana and it doubles any damage done by a red source that you control, potentially. I don't remember if it's you control or any source of red damage, which can be great in this deck. Injury, you can cast it from the graveyard, and I believe it does 2 damage to any target. It's either 1 or 2 damage, I don't remember. And the reason why I don't know this very well is because whenever I get this card, it generally isn't very... I never really use it. It makes sense in this deck. You have a lot of red sources, a lot of ways to damage people, and having a lightning bolt hit for 6 can be very good. The problem is, like I said, we're only running 18 lands. Everything else costs about 1 mana. So, if we're casting Insult for 3 mana, how are we going to cast the lightning bolt after that? How are we going to cast the wizard lightning? It's kind of hard to have 4 mana and draw this card and have nothing else that we really want to play. Maybe you have 2 lightning bolts and a Chandra's Incinerator, and you draw Insult and Injury. Well, I'd rather play 2 lightning bolts and the Chandra Incinerator than Insult and Injury, because especially if we only have 3 mana, then you can only play Insult. So yeah, I would say Insult, Injury, kind of an easy cut. Other things that I might get rid of, Valakut is, I kind of put this in the deck because, there can be times when you're drawing a lot of lands and you don't, you're not drawing any of these spells, and you're kind of just sitting there playing land after land. But it's kind of rare that you're, there's a pretty steep requirement of you have to have at least 5 other mountains. And Valakut is not a mountain, so it doesn't count in that. So you have to have 5 mountains, and you have to have Valakut out, and it's a tap land. So you have to have Valakut out and 5 other mountains, and you have to play another mountain. So that's 7 lands you have to have. You have 7 lands, you're probably not in a great place. So mostly it's just a tap land. So I could see you, getting rid of this. I've only ever activated it maybe once or twice in all the games I've played with it. Finally, these Ghitu Lavarunners are fine. You generally get the +1 and haste, because you have, it's a 1/2 for 1 red mana, and it gets +1 in haste if you have 2 or more sorceries or instants in your graveyard. which is easy to do in this deck. It's not amazing. You'd rather be drawing things with prowess. But it's fine. It's fine in the deck. So, that's the deck. Let's jump into some games really quick. Let's start playing. All right. So yeah, we'll keep this. I'm you know, when I'm playing against an AI here, I really don't generally mulligan very often. I'll just eat the loss. Let's play this. And you'll see a lot of the time I play a bit conservative with this deck because I want to get that Chandra's Incinerator. Because you can see I already have everything I need for it here. This is 6 damage here between Skewer the Critics and Lightning Bolt, and I'm gonna have 3 lands next turn. I mean, you know, we could Wizard Lightning. Why not? Why not Wizard Lightning? Get some damage in there. What's Howling Mine do? Ooh, an extra card. I will certainly take an extra card. Little do you know that I'm just digging for my Chandra Incinerator. Alright, I think what we'll do... We'll hit him with the Grim Lavamancer to activate Spectate. And we'll play it. Still looking for that Chandra's Incinerator. I gotta land and Skewer the Critics. That's fine. An extra card. I assume he's playing something like Rax or something. Oh, there's the Chandra's Incinerator. So I think what we'll do, we'll Lightning Bolt, pay a red. Then because this is going to disappear next turn, we want to spectate this guy. I should mention, you can spectate from exile when you've light up the staged, but you cannot cast Rift Bolt for its lower cost. You can't suspend from light up the stage. So done that, and that should be it. I think we can cast our 6/6 trample now. I mean, we'll Skewer the Critics too. They don't have any creatures. Like I said, I think they're playing Rax. You can see, I don't even know if we're gonna... That Chandra's Incinerator might not even matter. Yeah, there you go. I didn't do the math there. But that's how this deck works, you know? What was that, turn 4? Let's jump into another one. We got some time here. Okay. Like I said, I generally don't, I generally just play as is. I unless I get like no lands or just all lands. This might have been a land heavy hand, but that's fine. I'll work with it. I don't generally mulligan that much. And this is setting up for a pretty big turn here. Because I could suspend a Rift Bolt, and then next turn I could do a ton of damage with these Skewer the Critics. Should I do that? Maybe I should. What does this Lone Dweller have? So I wanna, you know, we'll hold it. I'm gonna hold back this turn. It's a lot of what this, we drew another land. It's a lot of what this game is, though, is holding back, maybe when you shouldn't. Because, you know, it'd be great to, even if I don't get a Chandra's Incinerator, certainly, oh, another land. See, this is why I have the Valakut in here. Come on, Valakut. If I get something with Paralysis, that'd be pretty good, too. Let's see if we can get something. Oh, and another land. We're flooding out. It's happening. Come on, Valakut. Now's the time. Alright. Maybe Rift Bolt. Maybe now is the time. Still draw it. Oh, the board is getting rather large. What's that? 8? That's a trampler too. 8, 10, 11. I think I have to. I think I'm gonna have to chump block. Take the 3. All right. How did this thing? What was? This is not blockable either, that's not good. Is the cast something? Gave it trample, a bunch of damage. Alright, oh, and another land! Oh, let's, you know what, I think we're gonna use these to blow up their stuff. Let's get rid of him. And, let's see, let's wipe their field. Magic. Oh. Oh, it's something that's turning that land into... What does this have? Oh, yeah, that's the problem. Ugh. Their lands are better than my lands. Oh, now we draw the... I don't think this is not gonna last much longer. We'll play it a little bit more, but I don't suspect... Oh, yeah, that's... That thing prevented from... He's at 15. I don't. It's -3. I'm gonna chump block with it. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna concede it here. We're not gonna make it through this one. We're way behind. Let's try another one. Dangerous with one land, but let's see how it goes. Not the Grim Lavamancer. Oh no, they killed my Grim Lavamancer. Suppose it's not that big of a deal. Haste. Didn't work. Oh no. So it'd be the opposite of the last game. Let's Rift Bolt. I'm glad I attacked him. I can't even walk him. I draw Wizard Lightning. The stage. Searching for some lands. What do we got? Ooh, he did get a land. This guy too. They should be, yeah, both online. Alright. getting pretty close. I think another land would mean that we get our Incinerator out. Not getting that extra land. That's 2 damage. Let's do a Wizard Lightning. Now he's down to 5. Now he's down to 5. He just end this right now. Do the Wizard Lightning, triggers Spectacle. Skewer the Critics. And that's it. We don't even need to get out that Incinerator. Alright. Let's do one more. No lands, I will mulligan. Let's put back 2 gut shots. Keep that. Doing a mirror match? Upside down. We'll have something with haste. Two Rift Bolts. 3 Rift Bolts. Oh my goodness. So many Rift Bolts. Defenders aren't going to matter all that much. That's where firing off all these different bolts and everything. Let's do this. So that's sorcery speed, isn't it? Yeah. This is instant though. To skewer or not to skewer? Because I could. Gut shot at instant speed would probably kill a couple of these things. It's gut shot. We already hit him, didn't we? Let's do that. Gut shot. Then we'll Skewer the Critics. Oh, I should mention, I think I forgot to mention this, but it hasn't come up yet. So I've just been hitting the opponent with it. But Soul-Scar Mage actually has, if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to your creature, put that many -1/-1 counters on that creature instead. Which is pretty good for bigger creatures. You hit them with a lightning bolt, it reduces them by 3, even if you don't kill them. So you can kill them next turn with another lightning bolt. But let's get on the game here. Ooh, no blocks. No blocks. What are you thinking? Let's Rift Bolt. Finish now, right? And let's lightning bolt. It's a wizard lightning here. All right. So I guess we'll call it there. Yeah, it's a pretty good show with that deck. You can see, you know. Pretty cheap if you wanted to buy it in paper. Pretty cheap deck, I should mention. Not that complicated, not a lot of moving parts, just hit things with lightning bolts. I would, if you're new into Magic the Gathering, this is the deck that I would suggest. So, we'll call it there. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Forging Friday. Alright, catch you on the next one.